Hey everybody, it's Justin here, aka Demonic Sweaters. Today I've got a video about drum recording. What I wanted to show you guys today was how to record your drums on a shoestring budget. Now, I'm using some very inexpensive microphones, a very inexpensive audio interface, an old computer, really old drums. Like everything here is kind of low budget. But honestly, I think you can get a really good sound as long as you know like what you're going for and you know certain things about recording drums. It's actually not so hard to get a great sound on drums with a little bit of know-how. Anyway, before we get started on that, if you're new around here, my name is Justin. I go by the name Demonic Sweaters. You can check out my music on Spotify or any streaming service. I have a Bandcamp page as well as a pay-hit page where I sell musical software and other things that I'm doing, drum lessons and all of that good stuff. So anyway, be sure to like, subscribe, click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload new content. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So basically, all of the equipment that I'm using to record my drums today does not cost over $40. Nothing does. Now let me show you which mics I'm using, and I'll post links to all of this stuff down below if you want to pick some up for yourself, and why I chose these mics and why I'm placing them where I'm placing them around the drums. Okay, the first mics that I want to talk about are these Pile R42s. I've made videos on these. Basically what I call them now are the plastic Elvis mic because they're not metal, even though they look metal. It's actually totally plastic, and they're only about $30, I think. And they actually sound, well, I wouldn't say they sound really good, but they sound good for this. Like if you're using a minimal miking setup on drums, I just like the way that these sound. Now I have another one down here, basically in between the two toms, just above the bass drum, kind of pointed at the snare drum. And this one picks up kind of the whole kit. You would think that it would get a lot of ride down there, but it really doesn't. I mean, it gets some ride, but it's not overbearing. Now, of course, this will not work if you have a 5-piece drum kit. If you have another tom right there, that can cause a problem, and I don't really know what to tell you. Just get rid of a tom. Or put one, if you have two toms, maybe you could put another one over there, and do it that way. But I always set up like this. I like having, a 4-piece setup. Sometimes I have more drums, but this is my preferred setup. I like my ride right there, but it also makes it very easy to record with minimal miking. Now, if you only have a 2-channel interface, just this mic and just that mic in those 2 positions can actually get a really good sound. I've released some music with these exact mics recording this exact way, and I was really happy with the sound. However, if you have 2 more inputs like I do, you can add a kick drum mic and a snare drum mic. The kick drum mic I have here is just a Tascam TM82, I believe is the model name. And this is a dirt cheap dynamic microphone that they sell on Amazon. I think they're $15 or $20. They're really cheap. But this mic actually sounds quite nice. I've used it in a lot of applications, and I was always very surprised at how good that microphone sounds. Likewise, with the Waymic WM57. This is a SM57 clone. These things go anywhere from $12 to $15. They're ridiculously cheap. I have several of them, and they just sound really good for what they are. And I haven't even had one break yet, which is pretty amazing. Now, you might notice something about this drum kit, and that is I don't have any resonant heads on anything. Now, this isn't really popular these days to take off all of your resonant heads, but in a minimal recording setup, minimal miking recording setup, I actually really like this because the toms, when you have no resonant heads, they just pop a lot more. And they tend to cut through on minimal miking recordings a lot more than 2-headed toms do. So I'm not sure why that is, but they just always seem to cut through better when you don't have any resonant heads if you're using minimal mics. The bass drum as well, I think just records better if you can kind of get a pillow in there and isolate the microphone inside of the bass drum. You can get a really tight and punchy sound. And if you look at recording from the 70s, that's pretty much how they did it. They always took, and even the 80s, they always took the front head off, they stuffed a pillow in there, and they stuck the mic inside. Now for the audio interface, I'm using this really old Alesis IO4. This thing came out in 2011, and I've had it since then. My dad bought it for me for my birthday back then, which is, geez, how long ago is that now? A long time. But this thing has lasted me a really long time and has always worked really well. It's a little bit limited as far as sample rate and kilohertz goes. I think the maximum sample rate this thing can do is 41,000 hertz. It can go to 24-bit, 16-bit and 24-bit, However, to record in 24-bit, you can only use 2 channels. There's actually a switch in the back where you can turn it to 24-bit. So you kind of have to leave it at 16-bit if you want to get all 4 channels. But honestly, it doesn't matter. 16-bit sounds fine. That's CD quality. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this, even though it is really old, you can find these on eBay. I just checked today for around $30 or $40. They still pop up. There was also an IO2 version that had 2 inputs. And there was also a FireWire version. I don't recommend getting the FireWire version because almost nothing can use that connection now. But this is working on a fairly, well, it's not really a modern MacBook. This is an older MacBook, but I have it working on my computer at home, which is an M4 Mac Mini, which is brand new, and it works just fine on there. So there's no problems as far as getting it to work with drivers and everything. So if you're looking for a 4-channel budget audio interface, the IO4 is one you can look out for. Okay, now behind the kit, I've got black dots on both the toms, and they're tuned like medium. You know, they're not super high or super low. Stick is on that one. Snare drum is tuned medium high probably, and a little bit of muffling here. You know, single moon gel on each tom. Cymbals are all Pisces, and these are not expensive Pisces either. This is a 402, which is a nickel silver alloy ride, as well as 402 hi-hats. These are both discontinued, but I really like the sound of these. And then the PST7s are great bargain cymbals. They sound really awesome for the money. Of course, I didn't include these prices in the price of the overall recording project when I was telling you in the beginning, but I figured you'd have your own drums already if you were watching this video. The mic on the snare I just have basically mounted directly to the snare drum with this very inexpensive clip. You can buy these on Amazon as well. I always like to put a piece of tape here because the mic tends to slide down if you don't. And that's pretty much it. The next thing that I'll talk about is mixing. All right, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of mix here. You know, I wish I could say that I actually had to do a lot, but I really didn't. Let me play you the drums. This is for a drum cover that I'm making, but I'm not going to play you the backing track here because I want to be able to monetize this video. But I will post a link down below where you can hear the final version to the music and everything, so you can hear what it sounds like in the mix, because I actually think it sounds really good, and I really didn't have to do very much at all. But here's the drums basically soloed, so here we go. Let's solo up each individual track. So here's the kick. I put nothing on the kick. It's just dry, exactly how it was. There's no effects, no EQ. Here's the snare. Again, no effects, no EQ, nothing. I mean, you could mix it more than this if you wanted to, but for this drum cover, I'm totally fine with the way this sounds. This is the mic that's over the kick drum. It's kind of pointed at the toms and everything. Let me pan that center so you can really hear it. And see how that mic really picks up the full kit. If you only had one mic, that's a great spot to put it because even the cymbals pick up there. And then lastly, here's the overhead. Now, maybe you notice that I panned just a little bit the center mic and the overhead mic just to give it a little bit of a stereo image. But I do have a bus compressor over here where I am running just the overhead through it. And that's pretty much all I did, but it's a mono bus compressor, so it's panned directly in the center. And I did mix a little bit of that center mic in there as well, but then I felt like it really didn't need it, but I could put it in there. Let's hear what it sounds like with it in there. Yeah, see, that just brings up the ride too much, so it really doesn't need it. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's 4 mics and 4 very, very cheap mics Like I said, none of them are over $40. Some of them are like $15. So they're super cheap. The interface is super cheap. And, you know, I think it's really good, especially if you like kind of recordings that have character. I feel like this has character. You know, I could spend more time with it, but like I said, check out the drum cover. When you hear it in the music, it's kind of like there's nothing really to do there. It actually just fits and sits in the mix kind of perfectly. So the way I see it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to click like and the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload new content. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Check out the links down below, too, if you want to pick up any of these mics. You can just search Alesis IO4 on eBay or Reverb or Music Go Round, and maybe you can find one of those. But any 4-channel audio interface, or maybe you only have a 2-channel audio interface, and you could go with this center mic, you know, the one over the kick drum position, because like I said, that one, just by itself, you could get away with that, like totally. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see y'all soon. Have a great day.